got an awesome video for you. So please watch the full video until the end, because this is going to really blow your socks off. All right. So this video that we're talking about today is like the ultimate topic in this industry, and it's going to piss some people off, but I really don't care. And it's actually going to enlighten people as well. So you have these two categories of people. You have one where it's basically pissing off all of the competition, all of the competitors that do these things. And on the other side is my market, which I only care about. So if you're a competitor or a hater on my channel, I don't care. You probably shouldn't watch my channel, because you're going to lose sleep at night, and like, you're giving me watch time, you're making me paid. Okay? So if you're not trying to support me, then don't watch my channel. It's that simple. So there's that. Now, if you're a consumer and you want to repair your credit, you're definitely my market, my target audience. This is definitely for you, because you have experienced some delays and difficulties in disputing errors by mail or not by mail. You can do it online too. You can experience this, you can experience difficulties disputing online if you don't know what you're doing. But the sole basis of this video is to basically debunk the myths and the BS that you've been told on YouTube with facts and data. Now, on the board here, I have written something very important, and I want you to read it. I'll read it for you. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Nobody wants to hear about them. Okay, so there's people out here, even like attorneys, which, you know, attorneys are a dime a dozen. I've worked with some of the best attorneys on the face of the planet. Awesome William Cooper, name drop right there, former president of John F. Kennedy's family, former president of the United States, and the Kennedy compound up in Sacramento, was mentored under him, had an office in his office, and learned a few things about the FTC, about credit repair, about your consumer rights, our consumer rights, about how a lot of things work, including business. Was the first person to incorporate my first two companies that I incorporated in my early 20s. All right, so I have been in the game for quite some time. You know, not too long. 10 years is a fine. 10 years is like, okay, you earn your stripes. So another thing, be careful on where you get advice from. Make sure they have the pedigree and the history and the experience that you're looking for. You wouldn't want to hire a doctor to do triple bypass surgery or a heart transplant that just graduated or had 1 year of experience versus someone that had 10 years of experience, right? Case in point, people that have a YouTube channel that have only been around for a year and have nothing else to show and have no third-party reviews, outside reviews, customer reviews. If the only thing they have is a YouTube channel and vanity metrics where you can pay for subscribers or hire these companies to, you know, beef up your metrics, or have these clickbait titles that get attention but don't really give you the real value and quality content of the truth, then yeah, you could become a great YouTuber. Look at Jake Paul. He's very entertaining. He's a millionaire, but what is he actually giving back to people other than entertainment? This is an informal video to educate you and to help you be a resource. My channel is a tool for those people seeking credit repair and wanting to do the proper research. I'm helping you by giving you the right information backed by financial data and studies from professionals outside of my own eminence. Okay? In the industry of finance and credit repair, these are the people that I work with. Badcredit.org, a organization of lots of credit repair and financial professionals, getting data, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Federal Trade Commission, your government, and other accredited law firms and nonprofit organizations. I get this data. So let's go ahead and dive into it. This is for you, because this is really going to enlighten you and help you understand the truth that disputing by mail is just a crock of shit. All right, so let's start with number one. All right, so this video is called Fast Credit Repair versus Slow Credit Repair. okay? So you could do credit repair the fast way, which I'm sure you guys want to do, or you can do it the slow way. Figure that point out. Whichever way you do it, make sure that you decide what you want. If you want to get results as quick as you possibly can, and I'm not saying overnight, because you could do credit repair the fast way, and you might still take some months to get the results that you want. So that's giving you peace of mind right there, is preparing you for the reality that how the law is. If the account can be proven to be accurate in accordance with the law, then guess what? It's not coming off. You can hire me, you can hire anyone. It's not coming off. Unless you use other parts of the law, okay? Because the law is not solely pertaining to the accuracy of reporting, but it has other things to do with reporting. That we here at Pinnacle Credit Repair think outside the box, and we're not just using one law, one angle, or one strategy, or one time frame. It's bigger than that. That's the beauty of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which we demonstrate over and over. The downline and fundamental core of my business has been taking on clients from continuous competing businesses that have disputed by mail, the slow way, and have had little to no success. But here at Pinnacle, we can create a miracle for them. How are we doing that? Well, we're not turning water into wine, okay? We're not parting the Red Sea like Moses, although it might appear like that, but it has to do with your consumer rights and practicing them and being a good consumer advocate on your behalf, right? That's really important. So in this video, we're going to discuss why disputing by mail doesn't work, why is it slow, and look at the core data, the core backbone facts and proof that this is what's happening. You know for a fact, you know yourself, if you're watching this, you're watching this, you know that the outcome hasn't been in your favor, and it's just kind of, you're getting annoyed. You're like, you know it doesn't belong to you. You know it's inaccurate. You know they're cheating. You know they're reporting it wrong, but it's not being removed, and it's taking so darn long, right? You know it inside. You know something's up. Well, this video is going to show you what's up. So, number one, fast credit repair versus slow credit repair. You need to understand that. Do you want to repair your credit the fast way? If you're going to pay for someone to do a job in the realm of credit repair, you probably want to get quick results, right? Meaning you don't want to take unnecessary time to get things removed that it's not necessary, right? If you could get something off in 1 month, why would you wait 6 months to get it off? Okay? If you could pay someone to get it off quicker, it would be more valuable to you, right? Versus actually doing it yourself, because the people that are doing disputes by mail, you could do it yourself. I'm actually going to create a video to teach you how to do it by mail, but it's not effective. It's not so effective. It's a slow process, right? I mean, if you want to repair credit slowly, and do it by mail, you might as well do it for free. Because what's the use of paying someone to do it when you could do it yourself for free? Now, disputing it fast, now that's a different story, okay? Whatever way you want to go, you have to be certain with what you want to do. Do you want to dispute it the fast way? Do you want to pay a professional to do it? Okay, you want the best of the best. You will pay a premium for a quality professional that has experience, that has seen results, that have seen case studies and seen complaints and seen different cases and different problems that have arisen and can think intellectually and solve them, right? And get results. You want a professional with a track record. That's what you're paying for, okay? I understand what you want. That's why you've been in business. And customers continue to pay us and pay us and pay us and pay us. And we've been able to maintain a pretty high standard in results that you can see in full transparency. I highly recommend you guys to do the research. Check out my channel, check out the reviews, because we don't just exist in the world of YouTube, right? We exist on multiple websites, multiple platforms, multiple social media platforms, and it's pretty much across the board pretty consistent, okay? You guys can see for yourself, do the research. So if you want to do credit repair the slow way, then do it by mail, because mail is super slow. You already know this. And now we're going to dive in to that. So this whole thing about disputing by mail and electronic disputes, okay, there's a lot of opinion being said. But like I said before, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, no one wants to hear about them. If you have an opinion about something, I don't care about it. No one cares about your opinion. Do you think I care about an opinion of a hater? I really don't, because I have the facts up here, which I'm going to explain here. And there's going to be full proof that this stuff should really make sense to you, all right? If you don't have any data to back up what you're saying, other than just talking, you'll watch some videos and there's no data to back this up. You need the data to back up your claims, okay? Everything on this channel can be fact-checked and verified. It's not based upon opinions. The power and the ability to be able to distinguish between an opinion and a fact is a skill set that is imperative to have in 2023, 2024, and just in life in period. You're going to have to be able to sit back and be like, okay, what I'm consuming right now, is it based upon fact or opinion? Just by doing that will put you ahead of the game and get you in the right direction. You have to be able to decipher between the two, all right? And I know what you're looking for, all right? And the answer is here. So we're going to debunk facts between opinions. There are opinions being made by some attorney right here. You can check him out. It's bogus. Some guy saying this right here. Other YouTubers. You have guys that are like 17-year-old on YouTube saying the same thing. So if a 17-year-old kid that has absolutely no experience with credit and has a channel and is saying the same thing as an attorney, then you got to understand there's a correlation between the two. There's a constellation between that bogus information and who cares about an attorney. And let me tell you what attorneys like to do. Attorneys like to put a title by their name, Esquire, and show it off and think that they know what they're talking about. Attorneys are a dime a dozen, all right? Anyone can pass the bar in any state and become a lawyer and say, oh, because I'm a lawyer, I can. But lawyers can be sued too for malpractice. Can I give you the list of lawyers that have been sued for malpractice or didn't represent their clients? And even top paid lawyers, like famous lawyers, they still make mistakes. So lawyers are not infallible, okay? But when it comes to concrete data from your government, it's hard to beat that. It's their job to understand these things, right? So let's go into it. Number one. So if someone's going to say that mail is the best way, electronic disputes are slow, they don't work, well, you got to understand, what is that based upon? Is that based upon your opinion or is it based upon fact? Because the data right here, there's a study in 2012, and I'll leave a link in. There will be links to all of these in the description below, okay? And there'll be a link here, boom, boom. In 2012, now it's good that the study was conducted in 2012 because it shows you the length and quality of the history. You can say, oh, that's in 2012, it's irrelevant. No, actually what happened in 2012 quintupled in 2023. So you can't just dismiss data from 2012 because data have trends throughout history. Just like the price of gold, the price of real estate, inflation this curve has gone up. You could foresee the future based upon predictable data. And this data right here shows it's only getting worse, okay? We'll go into that as we go on. A study done by the Federal Trade Commission showed that only 20% of people experience delays and difficulties when disputing by mail. Okay, so if the average credit score is below subpar and there are 400 million people You can say, it's safe to say there's 100 million people that are disputing errors on their credit, correct? Right? Well, 20% of that is already 40 million. This study didn't conduct 40 million people, but it conducted enough people from random parts. These are how clinical trials and tests are made. These case studies, people take people from different walks of life, different parts of the nation, different demographics, and they make it random as possible to mathematically come up with the most predictable outcome of a set event. That's how case studies are done on the scientific level. When the court picks juries, well, you can pick your jury. There's a way to pick juries, but that's a difference. That's the justice system, which is, we don't want to talk there, but how this is done is different, right? You can see how the test is done. There's a link below. You can look at it. 20% experience delays and difficulties when disputing by mail. That's 1/4, okay? That's a huge, significant number, 1/4. What are the chances of you? It's like if I were to tell you there's a 20% chance of you getting AIDS, okay, if you slept with a girl or slept with a guy. Are you going to take that chance or not? What if I said there is a 1% chance that you'll get AIDS if you slept with that person? Would you do it? Probably still wouldn't. So do not disrespect 20% because this is relative. 20% of 200 people is still 40 people. So if I put 200 people in a room in this apartment right here, and I said 20% is going to die, would you want to take that bet? No. So don't take that bet. Play it safe. Use odds and probability in science and mathematics to your advantage to get what you want in life. Don't take the risk that's unnecessary. That's all I'm saying here. Number 2, in 2020, we have a study from the United States Postal Service. The United States Postal Service showed that 15% experienced delays and difficulties. Can you see the correlation, the similarities between 15 and 20% of people? Now, these are different tests. These numbers do not indicate the reality of the full truth, but they are a good representation of what is actually happening and an illustration of statistics. The numbers are actually most likely more than this, but this is what the studies entail. This is still a significantly high number, okay? And we're not even getting started because this is from 2012 and this is from 2020. Kind of in the beginning of the pandemic, okay? Now, the link of the study is in the description below, okay? Like I said, this is not the full numbers here. These are just a conservative number, but it's still significantly high. And you yourself know, if you're watching this, you know you disputed by mail. You know you hired a company. You know you hired Lexington Law, Credit Repair, Ovation Credit, or this, or some bum somewhere else, all right? And you know they disputed by mail and it didn't work. Or you tried to write a letter yourself and it didn't really work out. You know yourself, it doesn't work. So that's done, all right? Number 3, the CFPB reported 50% increase in complaints about the delays and difficulties in mail. It's a huge number. The CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the consumer advocacy entity, it's a subsidiary of the Federal Trade Commission pertaining to credit repair, more or less, credit, finance, the people that want to help you, all right? They've received 50% increase in complaints about delays and difficulties by mail, okay? What does that tell you right there? And then in 2021, a study by CFPB, they conducted data from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and they said these 3 companies were only responding to less than 2% of mail. The link is in the description below. You're welcome. These are facts and data. They're not opinions. Mail doesn't work. Mail is stupid. And if you're a company and you're disputing by mail, okay, you can do that, but I'm not going to knock on it, but we're just going to understand what it is. Why would you pay for a mail service when you could pay for something much better? Now, if you want to learn more about Pinnacle Credit Repair and what we do, I encourage you to do the research. Go to our website, read our blogs, scour the internet. You will see the truth in our case studies and our results, and pretty much the information out there. You will find the truth. I know what you're looking for, and that's who we are and what we're about. When you watch a channel, when you watch YouTubers, try to figure out who are these people? What are they really about? Okay? I'm about credit repair. I'm about taking on difficult files and turning them into success stories. And it's an ugly business, meaning it's tough. You've got to possess some skill. When a customer comes to me, like Kevin, if you're watching this, Mr. Graham, he hired other company. It didn't work out. Then he gives me money to take this, to make this go away. I got to show results. Okay? Eli, there's a video. Look up Eli Bear. He's a writer, and he hired multiple different companies. Most of my clients have hired different companies. You know how much pressure is on my shoulders when they say, hey, I hired 4 other companies, it didn't work. It's a lot of pressure. We can still help them. We try our best. We don't give up. This is no guarantee. I can't legally do that. I'm not going to mislead you or sell you a pipe dream, but I'm just saying with the data, give and being, and after you do a consultation, make the best decision. Do your research. So the link is in the description below. The CFPB reported 50% in increased complaints of delays and difficulties by mail. In 2021, CFPB reported the bureaus were responding to less than 2%. And that's down by 25% of the previous year. This was in 2021. 2020, remember? The study from the United States Postal Service. And then they started getting complaints, COVID. And then post-COVID, it's even worse because the supply chain is all backed up. Loss of revenues, okay? People losing jobs in these call centers. They can't go to the call center. They have to work from home. And then these companies have to pivot and shift. Your disputes get delayed. It affected everything. So if you want to work with a credit repair professional, don't do this mail stuff, okay? There's another study done by the National Consumer Law Center, which is basically a nonprofit organization for consumer rights. Okay, there's a link in the description below about their note to Congress about credit repair statistics errors and the misrepresenting of FICO scores and the difficulties of mails, sending out mail letters. This is all data here. This is not my opinion, okay? I don't have any emotional disposition towards the mail. I just look at the data and that's what it shows me. There's 4 bullet points here that if you're not really reading this, then you're delusional. So don't hire a company that's doing this mail. I mean, if you want to do that, if you want to repair your credit the slow way, and you're okay with that because their fee is cheaper and you want to pay $100 a month for that service, hoping it will work a year and a half later, okay. But you can't sit here and say disputed by mail is getting you results in 30 days. No, that doesn't happen. People might show you results, but can you fact check them? Don't just look at what they're showing you, all right? Don't just look at something that says this was deleted, that was deleted. You gotta fact check these reviews. You got to look at the results and see the dispute report dates and the dispute dates, the complaint dates. If they're not showing you before and afters, they're full of crap. You need to know 100% when they sent out the dispute. And if they can't show you that, then you can't take them serious. If you look at my channel, if you look at my videos, that's what my case studies show. And I bring people on. There's a recent video, I think a couple of videos before this, John Barnes, he shares with you the dispute process and what it looks like and the results that he got. Instant results, okay? Within a week, he already started seeing results, all right? Because we dispute things the fast way. If you just Google fast credit repair, bing, we pop up on the first page, all right? If they're not popping up on the first page, then they might be in question. They're just popping up on YouTube, there might be in question, okay? So, these are all the facts here, okay? You can look them up, that's the details. They're pretty extensive, which is good data. It should be enough to convince you if you're not delusional. Now we're going to move on to the next step, which I'm going to basically give you more in-depth detail of the online dispute process, how it's done in the mail dispute process. We're going to compare them side by side and pretty much reveal everything to you to basically transparently show you what they're about, what you would do, how you would do it, and what are the pros and cons. So stay tuned.